My friends, how are you? It is fantastic to see you for yet another video. And as we know, the government is currently shut down. And this is all the fault of Donald Trump and the Republican Party. And I am not going to let them get away with lying to the American people about who is to blame for what is going on. Because you know how the Republicans never take any responsibility for anything whatsoever. And they just blame the Democrats over and over and over again for all of their shortcomings. Well, this government shutdown is 100% on Donald Trump and the Republicans. When you control all three branches of government and you can't get legislation passed, you are the biggest epic failure that has ever happened in American history. There's probably more failures, but you get the point. I exaggerated that maybe just a little bit, but you are completely fucking up at this point if you cannot figure it out. And of course the Republicans are doing what they do, not taking any responsibility, going on the news and blaming the Democrats for everything that's going on. You guys saw yesterday on my Blue Sky, I posted a message from HUD that a lot of people have seen now, not because of me, many other sources put it out, but on the HUD website, they had put up a message that the radical leftist Democrats have shut down the government, and that's why we can't get you the resources that we need. They are using every tool at their disposal to avoid responsibility, avoid doing their fucking jobs, and blame the Democrats because they are unable to govern a fucking country. And me, my friends, that starts to get really frustrating. I get really sick of hearing it from the Republicans, and I'm absolutely not going to let them avoid responsibility for their failure to do their damn jobs. And we know that they're coming out, and I hope you guys are sitting down for this, okay? I don't want you to have a heart attack. I don't want you to, fall over or anything, so sit down before I say this. The Republicans are lying, my friends. They are going on the news, and they are saying the reason the Democrats have shut down the government is because the Democrats are asking for trillions of dollars in medical care for the illegal immigrants. My God, these guys sound like, I don't know how old the rest of y'all are, but back in the day when the record used to skip or the CD would skip, shit like that, and it would just say the same shit over and over. But for the Republicans, it's their boogeyman, one of the things they're deathly afraid of. An illegal immigrant is causing all of this to happen. Oh, would you please shut the fuck up? Let me explain what's actually happening here for anybody that isn't really caught up on what's going on. This has nothing to do with immigrants getting health care. None whatsoever. As a matter of fact, it is against federal law for us to give money to people that are undocumented in America or here illegally or whatever damn term you want to use. It is against federal law for us to give them these kind of benefits. And for the most part, the Democrats still play by the fucking rules. They still follow the rule of law. And the Republicans always fuck this up, always think that the Democrats are breaking the law, because given the opportunity, that's what the Republicans would do. They would always break the law. That's sort of their thing. They're a lawless political party at this point. The Democrats are not trying to get health care for undocumented people in America. That's a complete fucking fantasy that the Republicans are living in. What they are trying to do is save health care for many Americans, millions of Americans that pay in to the system, pay into the government, pay their insurance premiums, whatever it is, and they're trying to keep those things intact for the American people. The Republicans want to throw millions of Americans off their Medicare and Medicaid and shit like that. The Republicans are getting rid of and you guys can correct me on this, I may not have this nailed down 100%, but I think it's tax exemptions, tax deductions, something like that for Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. Everybody's insurance premiums are going to go through the fucking roof to the point that we can no longer afford them, which I don't know what America everyone else is living in. I haven't had health insurance for fucking years. I can't afford that shit. Are you fucking kidding me? I haven't had that shit for a long fucking time. I simply cannot afford it. But we're looking at like the doubling and tripling of insurance premiums with the Republicans' new budget bill. Basically, what the Republicans are telling you is we would like more of you to die. And we know that's true because the Republicans repeatedly find new and creative ways to kill Americans. That is, it's a hobby of theirs. It's a thing that they really fucking enjoy. If it's not starving them to death or putting them out of their jobs, it's denying them medical care, it's shutting down weather services so that nobody knows a goddamn flood is coming, it's or a hurricane or whatever, it's cutting off FEMA money so that nobody gets the money to recover from a natural disaster. It's getting rid of air traffic controllers so the goddamn airplanes collide in midair or even on the fucking runway. Republicans love killing Americans. And if you don't believe me, Stephen Miller would like to reduce the population of America down to 100 million people. So, you know, about 1 in 3 of us get to survive by the time they're done. I don't know. They just really love killing Americans. And Democrats are trying to save us, god damn it. They're trying to ensure that we get health care. And I don't know what working class American in their fucking right mind at this point is going along with the Republican bullshit of robbing us blind, taking all our money, making sure that we get nothing and they get everything. Because they sit there, these people in America sit there and they watch Fox News and they believe the bullshit that's coming out of their mouth. I can't fucking stand Fox News. I am sick to death, my friends, of Fox News and their fucking lies to the American people. They are lying because the hosts on Fox News that are millionaires have to answer to their billionaire overlords who specifically pay them millions of dollars to lie to the American people to keep the billionaires in power in this country. It's a goddamn good investment for them. That's the way they think of you. They take your money, they lie to you, they get you to vote against your own fucking interest. And then we just continue to go along with it. The whole thing about the illegal immigrants or undocumented people getting health care is completely fabricated by the Republican Party. It is not true at all. But with that said, Republicans have to own the shutdown. It is 100% their fault. With that said, though, there's some more interesting information that we need to look at because a number of people have caught on to something that Donald Trump said recently, and it is raising some eyebrows, making people go, hey, what the hell is going on here? I got a little distracted there, a little confused, because I didn't know if I wanted to go with what the hell or what in tarnation, and I went with what the hell, and now I'm mad about it because what in tarnation would have been better in that specific scenario, and I'm upset with me that I fucked that up. I'm gonna be thinking about that when I try to sleep later tonight, my friends, as if I don't already have enough problems in my life. Now that's gonna keep me up to the point that I'm trying to make. Donald Trump recently said that we have $17 trillion. That's what Donald Trump said. He said over 4 years, Joe Biden had $1 trillion, and in 8 months, we have $17 trillion. Well, that is a very interesting statement because $17 trillion sounds like it's not even real. I don't really know how much money exists on the goddamn planet, but I'd have to guess that 17 trillion must be fucking most of it, which feeds into the narrative that I've been telling you the entire time. The Republicans are stealing your money for them. All right, but Donald Trump claims that we have $17 trillion, my friends. And it is interesting that we have $17 trillion and the government has shut down. The only thing I could think that he must be talking about is tariff money that has been raised on our backs, the money that we have paid extra for the tariffs. But I have to assume that 17 trillion is absolutely fucking exaggerated. But we have to think about what this fucking lunatic has just said. Donald Trump has just made the claim that the United States of America has made $17 trillion, and that is not made up. That is a thing that he has stood there and said on multiple occasions, $17 trillion. Well, doesn't anybody else find it kind of peculiar then that all of a sudden there's no money to operate the government? And I get it, the budget is a different negotiation, I completely fucking understand, but we're here arguing about health care for the American people, and the Republicans and Donald Trump are choosing to take a hard stance and say, fuck the American people, they do not deserve health care. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is sitting on a mountain of money, $17 trillion, apparently. If that much money has been raised through tariffs, which I believe to be 100% bullshit, but let's go with what Donald Trump said. Let's assume that he's telling us the truth. There is no reason in the fucking world, if we had a government that gave a shit about its people, that we could not fund healthcare, just fucking fully fund the shit for all American people. There is no reason that we couldn't fund our schools properly and start getting states like Oklahoma to fucking do a little bit better. That would be a good thing now, wouldn't it? There's no reason that we can't feed the kids when they go to school. There's no reason for a lot of things. The list goes on and on and on of all the things you could accomplish with $17 trillion. And Donald Trump told the American people that the tariff money coming in from us would benefit the American people. Now he sits on a mountain of $17 trillion while shutting down the government and refusing to give Americans health care. Does that sound like a fucking problem to anyone else? Now, while Donald Trump sits there and he gets his ballroom built. Donald Trump's getting a fucking ballroom, and I cannot wait for the day, my friends, when we tear down that ballroom. And I mean that in a completely non-violent way, YouTube gods. One day, the American people will say, we are taking that ballroom down. It is a symbol of a dark time in American history, and it will be a celebration. Everybody will be watching it on TV, showing up in DC to watch this ballroom tumble to the fucking ground. It will one day be a monument that we are proud to destroy in this country, to put that thing down like they did with many other countries under dictators' rule, right? And that is where we're at. Don't act like we're fucking not. Donald Trump just stood in front of the high-ranking military officials and told them he wants them to use American cities for training grounds, for military training grounds, my friends. So any attempt to say we don't live in a dictatorship or we don't live under a fascist rule is completely false at this fucking point. And that is, there's a number of other things you can say. His attack on free speech by using Donald Trump and the power of the FCC to silence critics is another thing you can look at. But we are definitely 100% in it. But what I see happening, well, is nothing. I don't see fucking nothing happening. It's just absolute bullshit. The 17 trillion's made up. It's a bullshit number that Donald Trump is just throwing out to sound like he did something. But if the 17 trillion did actually come in, then the American people should be doing just fucking fine. We should be getting dividends off that tariff money. We should be getting healthcare. We should be getting our roads fixed. We should be getting a better education system. We should be getting higher education paid for. Do you know why? Because it's $17 trillion raised by the American people. There is no reason for us to not see the fruits of our labor, for the money that we put in for Donald Trump's bullshit tariffs that he promised were going to enrich the American people. He's sitting on $17 trillion when he said that fucking the tariffs would get rid of our income tax. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? That's $17 trillion. Cancel income tax now, immediately, effective immediately. We no longer deal with the IRS. But are they going to do that? They are absolutely not going to do that. Absolutely not. But while Donald Trump has sentenced millions of Americans to death, Donald Trump and the Republican Party, by refusing to provide us with at least somewhat affordable health care. Are you out of your fucking mind, Donald Trump? We're the only modern country that can't figure this shit out. Are you shitting me? But while he is sentencing all these millions of Americans to death that desperately need health care, Donald Trump is getting his $400 million Qatari jet renovated. Donald Trump is getting his ballroom built. But there's an interesting thing that I damn near forgot to bring up, my friends. Turns out the Democrats want answers. Donald Trump has made the claim that the United States has made $17 trillion. He didn't specifically say tariffs, but you can only assume that's what he meant, because what else is there? What else have we done to generate $17 trillion? The government in no way, shape, or form is aware of this money. They have not seen any receipts. They have not seen any accounting on it. They have not seen anything that would prove this money is real. So now Democrats are looking to investigate where this $17 trillion has gone. Donald Trump claims it was here, and if we are to believe that Donald Trump is an honest person, then it should be really easy for Donald Trump to show where the $17 trillion has went. So I don't know exactly how far that's going to go or what's going on with it, but I think the Democrats should be investigating every ridiculous claim that Donald Trump makes, because when Donald Trump makes a ridiculous claim, outlets like Fox News run with it and say that it's 100% true, while the American people, the mindless zombies that stare at Fox News, listen to the bullshit and then come out and repeat it to us and expect us to believe their bullshit. So if this is all true, then there should be a paper trail, there should be accounting, there should be plenty of information on where this $17 trillion came from, where it is right now, how it's being spent, and what is its benefit to the American people. And Donald Trump is going to be unable to show any of that. And I think right now, with everything going on, of course with the government shutdown, I'm going to be very disappointed in the Democrats if they open it back up, agree to open it back up without any concessions whatsoever. That'll be the end of Chuck Schumer for sure. I don't know so much about Hakeem Jeffries, but hopefully, but they have got to stand their ground on this. The Republicans are straight up lying about what is going on with this shutdown. But we need accountability from Donald Trump. We need the American people to be taken care of with the $17 trillion that we have raised for the federal government. We need to be made whole on that. We need to get that check, Donald. We need healthcare, education, infrastructure. We need what else? Oh, a dividend check also off of that 17 trillion. So we will see where that investigation goes. And what I was saying, and I did forget what I was saying, is going into the midterms, as we're trying to do here in America, we're trying to do that. We need to make sure we are calling out the Republicans on every piece of propaganda bullshit that they are putting out for the American people. Hold them accountable, make them show us proof of all the lies they spew out of their fucking face holes all the goddamn time. And we are going to find out that Donald Trump is lying about the $17 trillion. And I don't know how to break that news to you guys. I don't know how to tell you that the President of the United States is a goddamn liar. And we're not going to see that money, because that money does not exist. Anyways, with that said, I think I've rambled on and on long enough today, and I should get back to work. Love you guys. Bye now.